Each and every day on Home and Family, we feature two adoptable pets. It's one of the best things in the whole world. And while you see their sweet faces and their wagging tails, what you can't see is all the time and the effort and the love that goes into getting them ready for adoption. So here's a little sneak peek at just that.
We're going to be rescuing 60 dogs and cats, and we're going to end up taking them to our facility in Camarillo. We're going to wash them, we're going to vaccinate them, we're going to microchip them, and then we're going to give them their first good meal in a very long time.
That's only a sliver, everybody. Joining us now to talk about Tales of Joy, the new Hallmark special that shows us what it really takes to rescue, are Chad Atkins, founder of Paw Works, and our very own Larissa as well, and Truffles the dog as well. Welcome, guys. Now, I got to say this real quickly to Chad. Chad, you really are part of this family. People at home may not recognize you because you're behind the scenes, but we see you almost every single week in the house, nonstop, bringing animals through here. So thank you for being here today.
Well, you guys make part of the difference as well.
Well,
awesome. We couldn't do it without you, to be honest. So you know what? This special, Larissa, really takes us on quite a journey, and it shows everyone at home the vital transport work that rescues like Chad's, like Paw Works do, to make sure that these animals find their homes. Because without you, Chad, a lot of this would be quite impossible.
Yes, it's so true, and thank you for doing this, Chad. This project is so near and dear to both of our hearts. You know, we come out here every day where I come on, you know, and show you some wonderful animals that are ready to be adopted, but so few people know what goes on to even get them to that point. Right. And I always say, if people understood the why is there an adoption fee? Why is there this? Why is there that? Why don't they like to do things this way or that way? They will understand rescue so much better. And this show, Tales of Joy, will unveil kind of what it takes. And it's truly magical, and it is so inspiring. And I hope that it shows people kind of different avenues of rescue that they maybe realize they can get involved in and help out with.
It definitely will. I mean, it really will. And let's just rewind a little bit. You founded Paw Works back in 2014, Chad.
I did.
An amazing work. And how about this stat right here, everybody? 6,500 animals that you have saved thus far and counting. So what are you hoping, Larissa touched on this a little bit, but what are you hoping that people will take away from seeing this amazing special?
Well, I mean, truly, I don't think anybody realizes how much work, and it's a lifestyle. I mean, I don't go home without thinking about what I'm doing. And the amount of people that it takes, the volunteers, my employees, my staff, I mean, everything to bring this to fruition and have a beautiful dog like this. I mean, it's everything, and what we call is a village. Without that village, we couldn't do it, and you guys are part of that village. You know, Christy Foley, who produced this, was part of the village. She adopted 2 dogs from us. So it's really, truly a village that we are able to call our own and make a difference.
And every little piece of that village, right? Everybody's kind of helping out.
I also don't think people understand the emotional toll. Emotional toll it takes on people like us. It's not a you go home, lay your head down. It's, oh my gosh, there's another dog. I saw another dog that needs help. I saw another cat. No matter how many you save,
I get calls,
there's always more.
Calls, texts, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't stop.
Yeah, there's always more, but I will say, I feel like in the last decade, what is happening with the rescues and shelters has been monumental.
No question.
And you all are such a big part of that, and you're making such a difference. And we say it every day, but you know what? We're not going to stop until the shelters are empty.
100%.
Yeah, it's just, that's the only way to be. Now, in addition to Truffles, this adorable little girl over here, and all of her puppies that we saw earlier at the top of the show, there were also many other happy tales during this transport. And there was one tie that just stole your heart in a big way. Larissa.
Yes, and that's why I think everybody's going to love this show, because there are so many heartwarming moments. You will have all the feels because there are so many great stories. And when we started doing this, I knew we were going to show kind of the behind the scenes of a rescue. I didn't realize we were going to see all the way to the new family. And there was a dog named Ty who I met that first day, and I took him out of his kennel. He literally pancaked to the ground, went flat. He urinated out of fear. He was paralyzed with fear. And I got to see him in his brand new home, which is gorgeous. An amazing couple adopted him, and I want to show you guys just a little sneak peek.
All right.
How has he enhanced your life?
He brings so much joy and happiness, not only into our lives, but so many other people's. And I think you just definitely have to like open your home and your hearts and realize that they're just scared. And you know, the more love that you give, I think the more that you're going to receive, especially from these dogs. So, I mean, yeah. He's a great example of, just opening our home and our hearts to just loving this little guy as much as possible. So we're very blessed.
I mean, I don't know. That didn't look so like fantastic
I
out there in the
wanted them-
fields and the. Whoa,
He's
that
living
was
on a vineyard?
When I got there, I said, "Can you adopt me?" He's living in a vineyard. He's the mascot of this wine room, this wine tasting room in Los Olivos, California. But the point of it is to show you, look at him. This is his daily job. But rags to riches, you know what I mean? He came from paralyzed in fear to the mascot of a beautiful winery.
Yeah.
You know
seeing
what?
those
Welcome
stories.
to America, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it's like
country in the world.
I wish that all of
about a
the
Hollywood
rescue
story.
animals had that kind of justice, because it is. It's like it's what they
know.
deserve. It
All
really
they
is for
need
sure.
is one person to give them a shot.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so different. We say it all the time, Larissa, and you always say it, but it's so different to see a dog behind bars versus what it's like when you take the dog out and actually get to know the dog.
Like truffles.
It's scary
Oh,
for them
yeah.
to be inside of those little cages.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, Chad, also, seeing that video, and obviously you've seen it so many times, 6,500 to be exact. What is it like for you? What to see these lives that you're saving and the transformation and all of it? What's it like for you? It must be so fulfilling.
I mean, for me, that's the happiest it makes me. But what people don't see is the struggles when we. Oh, hello. You know, the struggles with the ones that don't get adopted right away.
Okay.
So those are the hard ones. You know, we have border collies from this transport that you're going to see on the show, and they definitely, are still a work in progress. So it's not always a quick fix. So that's really the other thing that I want people to see, is that this is a lifetime commitment with these animals. And, they can be beautiful souls if you give them the time to open up.
Right.
It takes time.
And there
Even as
are a
foster,
few.
yeah.
There are a few, like you mentioned, the border collies. We had to get in a trainer to work with them because they came from an abandoned dairy farm. They were so unsocialized. If ever they were around people, I can't imagine it was a good experience. They were so scared, and they're still with you, and we're still working on them. That's going to take some time to get them to the point where they can make an amazing pet, but it will happen. And without rescue groups that go into these rural shelters and relieve them of the numbers of animals that they get in daily, there'd be no hope.
They would be
Incredible.
euthanized.
Yep.
Exactly right. Saving lives. I mean, you guys do incredible work, both of you. Thank you so much for being here, Chad, Larissa, as always, and Truffles too. Truffles. Thank you. No, you're a good girl. You hang out there. That's right. Yeah, we're talking about you can catch Tales of Joy airing Monday, February 17th at 10, 9 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel. And to learn more about life-saving efforts of Paw Works, visit pawworks.org. You'll be happy you did.
And if anyone was ever worried about a bully breed, if she is not any
Yeah, right.
indication of just what cuddle bugs they are, you were adorable, Truffles. Thank you, guys.